I think the first one is you are really solving a problem. It is very easy, and I've done this my first startup as well. It's very easy to fall in love with an idea, with a solution. Very cool technology, very sophisticated algorithm. Prove to everyone that you can build this really complex, smart thing. But really to be very, very focused on what is a problem that people really have that makes their life, difficult. And then do you have a product that actually solves that problem, that makes it easier? I think that's really the first one. I think the second one is the team. Very obvious, everyone says that. It's very difficult because great founders come in many different shapes and forms. So there's no pattern that you can say, these are the characteristics and then they're a great founder. But it's really, I think the common thread is obsession. You could really say the founders are obsessed with what they're doing and they don't want to do anything else. They don't care about anything else. They don't want to go to parties. They don't want to go to the Formula One. They really just want to work and continue building what they're building. And then I think more specifically to crypto projects is really the evangelism part. That is very, very important. You are building a technology, but more importantly, you're building a network. Your technology is open source, which means eventually anyone can copy it, right? So your defensibility doesn't come from your technology. Your defensibility comes from the network of people that agree that this is the technology standard that we all agree upon using it. And right, if you ask me now to send you some money, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine if I send you some stablecoin and Ethereum, right? We're not going to argue a lot about that. And so what that defensibility is that we all implicitly agree that Ethereum is a valid technology standard and we can use it. Now, if I want to say, I want to send it to you on ZK Sync, but you might be on Arbitrum, that's a different story, right? And ZK Sync is not there yet, but that's also the work for the team, is really to build a network and to be understood as a technology standard that everybody agrees upon. And so that's why the evangelism part and the storytelling part of crypto projects is equally important. It's still zero knowledge based rollups. It's been for a long time. We invested the first time in 2018 in ZK Sync. But why they're still exciting is because they are finally sort of been coming to the market and they're actually going to see, consumer adoption. And now the next step for them is to really also scale themselves. So with ZK Sync, you will have hyperchains. And that's going to be very, very interesting to see how they've already managed to scale Ethereum massively. And now how do they scale themselves sort of to the next orders of magnitude? I think a different space that is interesting just for overall the entire industry is what is called account abstraction. You don't have this private key that sits on a ledger that controls the assets anymore. Your assets are controlled by smart contracts, by other smart contracts, etc. So you don't have this problem that users who want to get into crypto need to buy a ledger, set it up, write down their key phrase, and all these sort of things. You can sign up maybe with an email address and a password, and you still have a wallet that is secure, that is trustless, that is decentralized, and that you can't just lose because you lost your ledger. I think the most valuable function for us, in our view, is really building open source technology networks, and really key focus on open source. There's there's a few very exciting companies that are still typical normal companies. Coinbase, great company, does a great service to the industry, but Coinbase really is just a normal company. It's a closed source technology stack. If I send my coins to Coinbase, I really don't know what's going on under the hood, how they're controlled, etc. It's the same as a bank account, right? I send money to a bank account, we don't know what happens on the server. We don't know what code base they're running. We don't really know anything. And that's why I can't trust it, because I don't know what's happening. And the big difference with crypto is that it's open source, meaning that I don't have to trust a great brand or a regulator. I can actually just verify it myself, and not just me, anyone in the world can actually verify. So I still think the most important thing that blockchain companies do is actually build open source infrastructure. Oh, definitely. Most investors are holding back a lot right now, massively. It surprised me every bear market, because this is really, it's very simple. You buy low, you sell high. You don't buy high and then sell low. And so really what you have to do is you have to invest now. You shouldn't have invested in 21. You should invest now. And so all of these people that were very excited about investing in the space in 2021 that are now not excited about investing in the space blows my mind, to be honest. Because either, I understand if your fundamental conviction isn't there, that's fine. But from a technology standpoint, everything is better now than it was in 2021. If you look at the engineering talent in the space, if you look at the infrastructure that's being built, that's in place, zero knowledge-based rollups for scalability, account abstraction for user experience. So everything is better now, and the prices are, sometimes 90% down. So yes, a lot of investors are sitting on the sidelines now. I can relate to it a little bit because, if you have an investment committee where 3 people, they read and believe the Financial Times and Bloomberg, those media outlets, they just tend to create stories that confirm an existing sentiment, right? And right now the sentiment is bad because the prices are bad. So most people that are not really in the industry feel bad about crypto. So the media creates stories that make people feel bad about crypto. So I understand that sometimes these investment committees, they get to that point, but lots of people sitting on the sidelines, whereas we are investing more aggressively than we've ever done before. That's a good one. I think usually the team see what they did before. If they, raised money 2-3 times already, never really delivered, especially with something like EOS, you had a lot of opportunistic entrepreneurs that were raising money on something EOS, or other chains that really kind of went nowhere. I think if, obviously very big red flag is if it promises you returns. If it overpromises, you can see the language is just very hypey. This solves all the problems. This is the perfect solution for everything. Unlimited scalability, zero costs, etc., etc. That is usually a scam sign. I think also if more than a quarter of the people on the team page are wearing a suit and a tie, it's probably a scam. I think that's it, especially if there is profit and we're going to list the token and things like that, then yeah.